Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld, which is on episode 11. Now, this episode right here was actually very tense. With what the U.S. military has been doing, and especially what's been going on, and going back into the Japan's virtual reality. Yeah. This is what I call crazy war. So if anything else, let's just get this started right away. Okay. We have to it that Asuna, along with Alice and his other harem group, seems to be doing okay. I mean, it looks like to me things are looking nice, but apparently we have to it that Bakuli, we did see a meeting between Bakuli and the Pontifex, or should I say Quinella, whatever her name is. They end up talking about a premonition of death or something, which is not something that I'm too interested in. But, you know, the scene with Bakuli calling an alert and they decide to go attack the Dark Territory army, you know, to get ready for, to take advantage of that and stop them, you know? Because they're trying to cross the chasm that Asuna created, and it looks like to me what they're doing is like walking on a tightrope or something, but apparently the knights and Asuna ends up realizing they're doing that, and they end up having to cut the ropes and kill many enemies. But, you know, Emperor Vector, the guy who's in control of that thing, there's a major problem, and there's a major problem. Apparently, somehow, because the U.S. military's smartest blondie on that team, he's able to make some kind of beta announcement into the system and tells everyone, oh, come in, join in. You get to kill a lot of people, seeing a lot of heads and arms chop off, fly off. It's going to be exciting. I'm like, oh no. They are literally sending people into this thing without realizing that this is not a simple game. Not a simple game. If you guys been keeping up with this series of Alicization or up to date with Sword Art Online, you will realize that the underworld actually has real-life people. Well, virtual real-life people. It's really hard for me to explain. Even me and many people, if we look at it analytically or critically, it's really confusing. I'm pretty sure of it. But, in other words, without a lot of complications, the U.S. military's smartest blondie on the team ends up sending some kind of message to everyone to participate in this beta, you know? For fun, to go enjoy yourself, go kill and slaughter people. That's it. And your main enemy is the freaking human empire. And of course, Yui-chan, which we all know she's a freaking AI as well, she ends up having to actually catch on to this, because you know she could get into the system anytime she wants, realizing the danger of what Papa and Mama, obviously that's Asuna and Kirito. We see to it that she calls all of Kirito's friends, from Klein to Shinon to Lifa, Lisbeth, and oh man, so many freaking harem chicks that I don't even bother remembering because they did not have much of an importance in the story. But okay, anyways, pretty much Yui-chan called all of her friends and explained the situation right now, especially about the real purpose of the underworld of creating AIs in there, and their souls are pretty much real like a human. The only difference is they're in cyberspace. Yeah, I know, right? But you see here, she explains the situation and tries to convince them to help Kirito and Asuna out, despite, you know, the major consequences of what's to possibly to come. And this is where it gets even more tense towards the end of the episode, because Lisbeth and possibly and her friends, or Kirito's friends, gathered a lot of people from each clan to come here and have a small talk. Or should I say, not a small talk. A big talk, okay? This is where it gets dangerous right now, because for the time being, even the developers at Wrath are already in trouble. And of course, yeah. We have to it that Lisbeth explained the situation and what's going on here right now, because the underworld has like real life people in there. The only difference is that their virtual reality and their souls are real. Like if you kill them, they really, really die. So yeah, even what makes it worse right now, she's asking them for help to try to help out, even though it may be not beneficial. And this is where it gets really serious, because there's a way to actually help everyone out, and you can convert your game character data that you have here all the way to the underworld. But there's some major issues abroad in this situation, and we're about to get to that just a moment. We have to it that Elizabeth explains the problems. The underworld has no operational UI, which means, in other words, you can't log out on your own accord. Second, the only way to log out is to die in the game, but that would trigger yet another problem. It has no freaking pain, built-in pain absorbable. So if you drop your hit points to 0, you'll be likely to experience some major excruciating pain. Not to mention, at this time, the developers are unable to operate the underworld, which means that once you converted your character data, there's no guarantee that it can be converted back to the original game. So pretty much 3 things. You can't log out on your own, and you have to die to log out. 2, let's see here. Dang it. Frick, man. So many things happening at the same time, I can't remember. Yeah, 2, there's no pain absorbable. So pretty much if you drop your hit points to 0, or if you take enough pain damage in the underworld, you're more likely to experience a pain that could be affecting you to a point that pretty much you're going to feel a lot of pain if you take too much damage, or if you drop your hit points to 0. 3, there's no guarantee that the character data that you converted to the underworld may come back. And guarantee, when she asks them for help, some of the people in the audience like, wait a minute, aren't you guys SAO survivors? Why the hell are you asking us for help? What's the point of all this? And you know, this is a problem that's not even meant, you're asking us to do something that we may not get any benefits out of it. Instead, you're asking us to possibly lose or pretty much die for no reason. What's the point? These guys, these souls whatsoever, you guys are SAO survivors. Why don't you do this yourself? And I'm pretty sure you look down on us. So what's the deal here, huh? Elizabeth got tackled by these questions pretty badly. But when she does mention that, yeah, we might be looking down on you, but I don't think you realize that all the SAO survivors, do you know what happened? Do you know what's actually happening to us right now? We actually are forced to go accounting each week, take meds each week, forcing them to giving us meds down our throats each week. We had to go through. Don't think that just because we're SAO survivors we could arrogantly blur out what we want. But we had to go through hell rehab to get back into shape. Heck, there are some of the people are planning to possibly draft us into the military to serve and to do a lot of things, you know. And this is where the speech of Elizabeth was actually really tense, you know. I mean, yeah, but right now, all this virtual reality, this seed that we created that started out as a sprout and became a tree, there's a lot of people on the line right now, especially the lives of the underworld. Yeah, what I'm asking you is possibly die or lose something that you worked really hard for, but that is what's at stake right now. And, you know, I'm pretty sure Elizabeth is not only wanting to help Kirito and Asuna, maybe some other people out there, but she's asking everyone to actually help out the underworld, because the lives over there are pretty much real. And even though the risks are very hard and devastating and possibly risky to even do, because there's no guarantee you'll get your character data back, not to mention you will experience serious pain and you can't log out on your own and you have to really die. It's really risky, and honestly, I'd freak out too at the same time, but the way how Elizabeth's speech is like that is really cool. And I'm pretty sure I read some criticism in the discussions about her speech, you know. There's not, pretty much this plot convenience thing about all here and there, and not to mention, there's not a lot at stake right now, pretty much what people are saying. They're pretty much, Elizabeth is really asking them to help solve a problem that's not a real problem. that's not affecting the entire world, but maybe affecting the lives of the underworld that's like really real, but they're not really like any importance to us. But yeah, look, but you know, I like that speech was actually really tense. Even I was really blown away by it. And of course, there's this mysterious character who's garbed in purple clothing, and there's a fairy next to him. Many people have some kind of like hypothesis or theory who that person could truly be. Although like it is debatable, but well, guess we'll have to see. Anyways, looking forward to next episode, and I think that's the last one before we get the second core that's sure to come about like next year around 2020. Although I don't know which season or month, but it will come. That much I can say. So that's about it, people. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.